So in this situation, like I said, we're purchasing the 48-month annuity. That's going to create about $5,000 per month in income towards Elise. Now you need to understand that Elise's income is exempt from Medicaid, meaning she does not have to contribute any part of that $49.80 towards his cost of care. That income is meant for Elise only. So because we've repositioned the 238,000 into the Medicaid compliant annuity, we've applied for Medicaid benefits. Marshall is now eligible for Medicaid. Her total income now exceeds or goes up to the 7480. So she's able to maintain her lifestyle and remain in the community. Now, there's one thing that I want to talk about here, an opportunity for you to think about. If Elise did not need that full $7,500 per month income, you can consider like purchasing a small life insurance policy. Or I don't know how familiar you are with short-term care insurance, but it's just like long-term care, but it's a year or less in benefit to ensure that maybe she doesn't have to encounter Medicaid spend down in the event Marshall passes away and she needs care down the road. So there are other opportunities for you as well. So in this situation, we were able to preserve 100% of the excess countable assets. Marshall was able to gain eligibility for Medicaid benefits ASAP, and we avoid spousal impoverishment for Elise. Now, of course, not everybody is going to be married. You're going to run into situations where mom or dad is single, divorced, or widowed. And it's time where they need care. Well, with a single person, we do what we call a gift and annuity strategy, where some people have heard the word half loaf, but we're gifting away about half of their assets, using the balance to purchase an annuity to pay for their care for a specified amount of time. We've all heard that Medicaid has a 5-year look-back period, which means if anybody divested or gifted assets within a 5-year period, that's going to be considered a penalty against them. Now, I'm going to somewhat oversimplify this, but if I have $100,000 of assets and I gift my daughter 50,000 of that, and the cost of care is $10,000 per month, I know for the next 5 months, I'm going to have to pay out of pocket to pay for my care because I divested or gifted part of that away. But that's where this annuity comes into play, is I'm going to reposition the other 50,000 into the annuity. That's going to create the monthly income that I need to pay for my care during that penalty period. Now, again, we're applying for Medicaid at the same time we're applying for this annuity. So all of this is disclosed on the Medicaid application. They understand that I had that full 100,000. They understand that I gifted it away. And they also understand that I am paying for my care during that penalty period. So we have Rebecca here. She's 85. She's entered a nursing home. Her family's left with a $9,600 cost of care or a bill. We know that Medicaid is very generous and lets her keep $2,000 of assets. So she has to figure out what to do with the balance. In her case, she has $155,000 in assets, or assets at risk in this case, because we know Medicaid wants it to be spent down before they start kicking in. Her monthly income is $2,300 or $2,350. So in this situation, you're going to utilize Crouse. We have intake sheets that are going to gather all of the asset and income information that we need. We're going to use our calculations on our end to help determine the amount that she can gift away versus the amount that needs to be utilized in the annuity. There is a calculation behind all of this, and it will vary from state to state. And in fact, it varies from county to county in the state of Arizona. So in this situation, we were able to determine that she can gift away over half of that 155. She can gift away 84,500 to her children. We know that that gift is going to cause a 10-month penalty, but that's okay because we use the remaining balance. So the 70,000 is going to go into a Medicaid compliant annuity. We're going to create a 10-month annuity so that she earns 7,055 from the annuity payment, plus the amount of her income is going to cover her cost of care. So in this situation, she was able to preserve 54% of her assets. She's going to be able to qualify for Medicaid benefits sooner than later. Because she did that gift, she has less assets on the table. So in this situation, She is paying for care for 10 months, but if she had not have done the gift and annuity, she would have been essentially paying for care for approximately 20 months. So how can we help? I mentioned, this is what we do day in and day out. We really are the industry experts. We are here to help you every step of the way. I guarantee that you're going to run into this more and more, but I guarantee at least once you're going to run into it. So when you hear somebody talking about Allstex or Medicaid benefits or qualifying for people for Medicaid, I would encourage you to call me, or you can work with Travis Bitters or Nate here in our office. Nate and Travis are our benefit planners, and really that's all they do day in and day out is run these calculations and help people go through this process. So I would encourage you to utilize the expertise of Kraus. But we also have a Medicaid referral service. So let's just say you simply don't have the time. This is not something you want to get involved in. If you think you have a client that may benefit from the Medicaid compliant annuity, you can refer your client to Kraus, and we have strategic partners that we've partnered with throughout the country that will help your client work with their assets, complete the annuity application, fund the annuity. You can even have Kraus complete the Medicaid application for the state of Arizona. So one way or another, we can help your client, whether if it's, educating you on how to do everything, or you can refer your client to Kraus. So really you're getting the best of both worlds. In the event you do the referral, you will receive a referral fee from Kraus once the case places, and that averages to be about $500 per case. Otherwise, you will receive commissions on these annuities. Depending on the length of the annuity determines the amount of commission. In some of these scenarios, I did mention shorter term annuities. So these annuities go down as low as 2 months, but anything 2 months to 12 months actually does not pay a commission at all. In fact, a fee is charged to your client from the insurance carrier to be able to purchase these products because they don't have the money long enough to earn any money. But you also can charge a fee for your services to ensure that you're getting compensated. This QR code, if you're able to, you can just scan that, but it just takes you to our website, which is simply krausagency.com. I know that most of you are already contracted with Kraus. If you have not already done so, I would highly recommend that you register for our agent portal. So if you're on krausagency.com, in the upper right-hand corner, there's going to be a button called Agent Portal. That's where we house all of our educational information. We do a lot of educational webinars. Those are all going to be housed there. If you want to see specific case studies, there's white papers there. There's just a ton of information on that agent portal that's readily available to you at your fingertips. But like I said, you can always utilize the experts at Kraus, and I encourage you to do so. So any questions?
Not really. That was great.
I mean, it's kind of a lot of information. I might have gone a little bit too quickly, but I just really want you to have a general idea of what it is, how it works, and who it serves, so you know who to call.
Yeah, no, that's great. So there's different assessment forms for different situations, or is there a general one?
And typically it's just one for a married couple or single individual, but there's going to be rare situations where you may have both spouses that are in skilled nursing.